Reverend Crystal Cox here, BBgoddessChurch, Port Townsend, Washington. BBgoddessChurch at gmail.com to donate to our church. Okay, today we're reading out of Louse, Haye, You Can Heal Your Life. Classic for healers and light workers. Written a long time ago. A long time ago. Okay. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole and complete, and yet life is ever changing. There is no beginning and there is no end. Only a constant cycling and recycling of substance and experience. Life is never stuck or static or stale, for each moment is ever new and fresh. I am one with the very power that created me, and this power has given me the power to create my own circumstances. I rejoice in the knowledge that I have the power of my own mind to use in any way I choose. Every moment of life is a new beginning point as we move from the old. This moment is a new point of beginning for me right here and right now. All is well in my world. Okay. Staying in the now, knowing what you believe, identifying belief systems, every emotion that comes up. Check out channeled information from Elan, which is Bashar, and I think there's another guy channeling from the Asandi or whatever, where Bashar is from. But talking about belief. Identify what the belief is attached to any circumstance, and you begin to consciously create the reality you want instead of unconsciously creating reality, because the unconscious is over there, with beliefs that are other people's. You know, our parents, our ancestors, our belligerent uncle growing up, or whoever. You know, we kind of adopt belief systems sometimes randomly from different people when we're growing up, and we don't know that they're our belief. And so like with the Mandela effect stuff, moving timelines, it's all quantum. And that's what this says to me. You're never stuck. You're never... every moment is changing in quantum if you pay attention to what's around you in this now moment. Okay, so, Chapter 1, What I Believe. The gateways to wisdom and knowledge are always open. Life is really very simple. What do we give out? What do we get back? We get back, in case you couldn't understand that. What we think about ourselves becomes the truth for us. I believe that everyone, myself included, is 100% responsible for everything in our lives, the best and the worst. Every thought we think is creating our future. Each one of us creates our experiences by thoughts and our feelings. The thoughts we think and the words we speak create our experiences. We create the situations and then we give our power away by blaming the other person for our frustration. No person, no place, and no thing has any power over us, for we are the only thinkers in our mind. We create our experiences, our reality, and everyone in it. When we create peace and harmony and balance in our minds, we will find it in our lives. Self-talk is creating reality constantly. Which of these statements sounds like you? People are out to get me, or everyone is always helpful. Things are always working out for me. Things are always working out for me. This is my microphone. Actually, it's a tiger tooth. You didn't ask, but you know. Each one of these beliefs will create a quite different experience. What we believe about ourselves and about life becomes true for us. Don't you just love used books? They always have some treasure in it. What's the message? Get Allison on the phone. Have Glenn tell her to give you the car keys. Okay. Glenn and Allison. Okay. The universe totally supports us in every thought we choose to think and believe. Put another way, our subconscious mind accepts whatever we choose to believe. They both mean that what I believe about myself and about life becomes true for me. What you choose to think about yourself and about life becomes true for you. and we have unlimited choices about what we can think. When we know this, then it makes sense to choose. Everyone is always helpful, rather than people are out to get me. The universal power never judges or criticizes us. It only accepts us at our own value. Then it reflects our beliefs in our lives. If I want to believe that life is lonely and that nobody loves me, then that is what I will find in my world. However, if I am willing to release that belief and to affirm for myself that love is everywhere and I am loving and lovable, and to hold on to that new affirmation and to repeat it often, then it will become true for me. Now, loving people will come into my life. That people already in my life will become more loving to me, and I will find myself easily expressing love to others. Most of us have foolish ideas about who we are and many, many rigid rules about how life should be lived. This is not to condemn us, for each of us is doing the very best we can at this very moment. If we knew better, if we had more understanding and awareness, then we would do it differently. Please don't put yourself down for being where you are. The very fact that you have found this book and have discovered me means that you are ready to make a new positive change in your life. And in your case, the very fact that you have come across this video or that you're watching it. Okay, acknowledge yourself for this. Men don't cry. Women can't handle money. What limiting ideas to live with? Just 2 random limiting ideas. When we are very little, we learn how to feel about ourselves and about life by the reaction of the adults around us. It is the way we learn what to think about ourselves and about our world. Now, if you lived with people who were very unhappy or frightened, guilty or angry, then you learned a lot of negative things about yourself and about your world. I never do anything right. It's my fault. If I get angry, I'm a bad person. Beliefs like this create a frustrating life. So, in the New Earth energy where we're at now, when you identify the belief, then it clears it. Because oftentimes when we identify the belief, we go, well, I don't believe that. We go, well, what must I believe to be feeling like this? I do this because I do the EFT tapping when I do it. And then I state what I must believe. Whether I think I do or not, I must believe this in order to feel this. And that's identifying the belief. Okay, when we grow up, we have a tendency to recreate the emotional environment of our early home life. This is not good or bad, right or wrong. It just is. What we know inside is home. We are, some of us know, chaos and fighting and the way our parents loved each other is how we know love. And okay, so we also tend to recreate in our personal relationships the relationships we had with our mothers or with our fathers or what they had between them. Think how often you have had a lover or a boss who was just like your mother or father. We also treat ourselves the way our parents treated us. We scold and punish ourselves in the same way. You can almost hear the words when you listen. We also love and encourage ourselves in the same way. If we were loved and encouraged as children. You never do anything right. It's all your fault. How often have you said this to yourself? You are wonderful. I love you. How often do you tell yourself that? However, I would not blame our parents for this. We are all victims of victims, and they could not possibly have taught us anything they did not know. If your mother did not know how to love herself, or your father did not know how to love himself, then it would be impossible for them to teach you to love yourself. They were doing the best they could with what they had been taught as children. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe. If you want to understand your parents more, no thank you, get them to talk about their own childhood. For me, I don't care. Whatever your parents experienced in their childhood is their job to clear it as an adult. And oftentimes I find that people, not only did their parents raise them a certain way, but they're still treating them that way as adults. And as an adult, you know better and you get to say no. So it's whether you allow it to keep going. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to skip the rest of that because it makes me go, bleh. Okay. I believe that we choose our parents. Each one of us decides to incarnate upon this planet at a particular point in time and space. We have chosen to come here to learn a particular lesson that will advance us upon our spiritual evolutionary path. We choose our sex, our color, our country, and then we look around for the particular set of parents who will mirror the patterns we are bringing in to work on in this lifetime. Then, when we grow up, we usually point our fingers accusingly at our parents and whimper, "You did this to me." But really, we chose them because they were perfect for what we wanted to work on overcoming. We learn our belief systems as very little children, and then we move through life creating experiences to match our beliefs. Look back in your own life and notice how often you have gone through the same experiences. Well, I believe you created those experiences over and over because they mirrored something you believed about yourself. It doesn't really matter how long we've had the problems, or how big it is, or how life-threatening it is. Okay, so we're stopping on page 10 of Louise Haye, You Can Heal Your Life, which is Basic Lightworker and Healer 101. I love you. Have a great day.